Hello, friends, and welcome back to the new episode of r/IDontWorkHereLady. Today, there are 3 more great news stories waiting for us. And the first story is about a boss who cares so much about his employees that he doesn't know they quit 2 years ago. No, you can't call me in. I don't work for you anymore. But before we start, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. So I used to work for a small family-owned restaurant. They were honestly awful. Their adult kids all worked for them too, and they were spoiled and very bossy, and of course favored over all the non-related staff. I should have listened to the huge red flag at the interview when they said that they go through a lot of staff, other than the kids, because everyone they hire is stupid and they don't last long. They treated me terribly, yelling at me for small things, making me do horrible, gross jobs that no one else wanted to do, and putting me down constantly. I even had several customers ask for the owner to tell them specifically how good my service was. They'd brush it off and tell me the customer was wrong. One time I called in sick because I was vomiting. I was told, "No, you're coming in." Sometimes we feel sick too, but we still make the effort. I was like, no, I'll vomit. Pretty sure I can't be working in a food place tonight." They hung up on me. After 2 months, I'd had enough and I quit. And this was almost 2 years ago. So a little while ago, I was just out browsing some shops when I get a phone call from an unknown number. I deleted the owner's contact info, so I had no idea it was her. Me. "Hello?" Owner. "Hello, my name. Can you work tonight?" Me. Sorry, who's this?" Owner. "This is her name. I need you to work tonight. We're busy. 6:30, okay?" Me. "I don't work for you anymore." "Yes, you do. You need to come in at 6:30. "No, sorry, I resigned ages ago, and I'm not available anyway. Bye." I hung up, and she tried calling back 3 times, then sent me a text that said, "Yes, you are, 6:30. I blocked her number and went about my day. Should have showed up and said, "Hi, I have a reservation for 6:30. And our second story for today, wherein a rock and roll Yeti gets mistaken for a Disney princess. This happened last week, and the entitlement and rudeness finally broke through my retail-oriented brain. A Led Zeppelin tribute band was playing in a nearby city, and I, being a Zepp head for over 30 years, had to grab tickets and check them out. Now, when I go to a concert, I go all out. I'm wearing a leather biker jacket, a Zeppelin shirt, red flannel shirt, an Axl Rose-style red bandana, a black utility kilt, and combat boots. I'm decked out with long hair and a beard and look nothing like a Disney character. This becomes important soon. So myself and a couple of friends decide to go check out a new steakhouse at a local mall not too far from the venue. It's quite tasty. Good meat, good beer, everything a self-described Yeti would stuff down his gullet. We've still got a few hours to kill before the concert, so we decide to go wander the mall for a bit while my friends check out GameStop and Hot Topic. Me, I head to the Disney store. I'm shameless in my love of Disney, having even worked at Walt Disney World for a couple years when I was a little less scruffy. So I'm in the store surrounded by princesses, pirates, and Star Wars stuff, and I strike up a quick conversation with the very cleanly scrubbed young lady who's manning the floor. It's not too busy, so we chat about our love for Disney, and she's impressed that I worked at the parks, asking me what it was like. It's fun, it's tiresome, didn't pay well. The phone rings and she heads off to answer it. Cue one of the most clueless and surreal moments of my life. Me, the rock and roll Yeti, the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind. Entitled mother, who apparently has 3 brain cells working and 2 are on break. EM, "Hey you!" Me, yes? "My daughter wants some special limited edition doll and I can't find it. Go check out the back room and get it for me." No please, no would you kindly, just all attitude. "I'm sorry, miss, but I don't actually—" "Oh, shut the hell up! Don't give me any of your passive crap. Just march your stupid butt to the back and give me the damn doll. I don't have time to play your stupid costume games." The hell, lady? "Excuse me? How dare you talk to me like that, you fat, ugly—" I'm born and bred retail. I've been working with customers for nearly 25 years, from grocery stores to Disney to pharmacies. I've been sneered at, insulted, screamed. I've always managed to keep my retail smile intact, but being called fat and ugly, and I'm not on the clock? Oh, all bets are off, B. The F do you think I am, lady? I'm a customer. She rises to the occasion. Now you're swearing at me? Okay, where's your manager? Your happy butt is gonna be fired. You hear me? Fired! I don't work here. Not anymore. Look at your stupid costume. This isn't a costume. You think I'm a effing Disney princess or something? Like what, I'm heavy metal Cinderella? By this point, the poor sales associate is getting off the phone and comes sprinting over trying to defuse the situation. Apparently her manager is on break and this poor girl is witness to the entitlement bee versus the grumpy old metalhead smackdown. The sales associate says, Ma'am, and sir, please keep your voice down. There are children here. Fire him! How dare he treat me like this? She can't fire me. I don't work here. I've never worked here. Get that drilled through your troglodyte skull. Yes, you do. I heard you tell her. My brain shifts gears. Wait. That I used to work for Disney? That was Walt Disney World, not here, Florida, Ohio. Big freaking difference, lady. Okay, I'm sorry for yelling, but so you come in here impersonating a Disney character and start screaming at me? Oh, I'm getting security. Then she stormed off, knocking over a display of Kylo Rens on the way out, ranting like some mental patient off her meds. The poor sales associate is gawking. I'm fuming. I just grab my head and let out a frustrated growl. I tell the sales associate that I'm sorry. It's okay, she says. I'll stall security. Just get out of here. She has kind of a conspiratorial grin on her face. That lady's a real bee, isn't she? She comes in here once a week and finds one of us to yell at that we don't get some of the park-exclusive stuff. Now go, heavy metal Cinderella. I took off, going in the opposite direction of where the entitled mom went, and I exited the mall, texting my friends that I'd meet them at the car. Had to smoke a few cigarettes to calm myself down. I honestly felt bad. I normally don't explode on people like that, but seriously, what a bee. I think Heavy Metal Cinderella is my new favorite Disney character, by the way. And our next story. Don't trust my judgment? Have fun with a $300,000 fee from your customer. So, quick background. I worked for a Korean car manufacturer as a quality control manager for 3 years, starting in 2010. My job was to inspect parts and make sure everything was up to snuff before it left our location. This is incredibly important to the story. Here's the cast members. IB is Idiot Boss. He's also Korean with poor English skills, so I'll be writing it as he spoke, trying not to make fun of him. MM is my manager. MO is Machine Operator. Me is... I'm not going to bother. So at our location, we produce around 30 different parts that go into the frame of the cars, and most, if not all of these parts, are welded by robots. If these robots are not properly maintained, the welds won't hold and the parts will break when small amounts of force are applied, which, as you can imagine, is not something you want to happen on a car. The machine in the story has problems every day, and IB doesn't like to deal with it, even though he's the only person who knows how to fix it. While doing my rounds and checking the robots and the quality of the parts, the MO calls me over. Hey, I think these parts aren't getting welded correctly. Okay, I'll take a look, I tell him. I do a quick quality test, and it fails horribly. Of the 8 welds, 5 aren't holding. Shut the machine down, and I'll get IB to get it fixed. So I go into the office carrying 4 of the failed parts and begin showing them to MM and IB. MM, how many has MO made today? Me. About 200, give or take. This machine can easily produce 1,500 per day, so this was early morning. Important info. MM, okay, we need to do a random test on 50 and get the machine fixed ASAP. IB, no part is good if you test too hard. He trained me on how to test this machine because it had issues, and I did this test per his instructions. Me, I'm sorry about that. Would you please come check it for me? He nods and we go out, and he tests the parts so gently that the welds wouldn't break. See? You test too hard, part is okay. Me, IB, we have to fix these parts every day because of these issues. Can you please look at the machine and make sure? IB, machine is okay. You don't touch, don't check, I will do. All parts okay. So we argue back and forth for about an hour, with me trying to reason with IB and him ignoring my concerns. I look to MM, who shrugs and tells me to leave that machine alone, which I agree to do, knowing that we will get hell from the customer. This particular part is required on every car that's assembled. I think maybe 4 per car, maybe more depending on the model, and it's a key component to the car that's added near the end of the process, meaning the car is fully assembled and this part cannot be repaired at that point due to its location, and the whole car must be scrapped, and all of us know this. We run this machine hard for 3 days and nights, producing close to 9,000 parts that I'm certain are all bad, but I don't actually know because I'm not allowed to check any of them, and I don't. On the 4th day, the machine burns out a circuit board and can't function, but we'd made a week's worth of parts already, so not a big deal. But the 9,000 parts had been sent to the customers. Now this is where everything goes south. IB forgot that our customer also checks these parts and will complain and return any that are not up to snuff and bill us for them. They also keep records of how many are used out of each batch. A single part costs $22.50, and if it's bad, we have to refund them and pay a fee of $6 per part on the ones that don't make it into the car. If it goes on the car, we have to pay the entire cost of the car. IB gets a call first thing in the morning on the 5th day. I don't know what's said, but he leaves to go visit the customer and spends all day down there. I ask MM what's going on. Me. So, what was with that call? IB looked terrified. MM. You remember how we didn't check that machine and let it run for several days? Me. Yeah, did they find the bad parts at customer's warehouse? MM. Worse, they assembled close to 100 cars, maybe more before they noticed the issue. IB came back and tried to blame us before we reminded him that he told us not to touch the machine or test the parts. He was still PO'd but couldn't do anything to us because we followed orders. IB got reamed by the CEO and COO of the customer company for 8 hours straight, and our company got a bill for over $300,000 for the scrapped vehicles, plus fees for the bad parts and a fine for sending bad parts. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.